welcome to episode 7 of the Forza World podcast.
6.5.
6.5. Yeah, this is a bit of a review show.
Yeah, so normally we have like a 45 to an hour minute show and we have like the fuck that car and the complaint corner, lots of nonsense. This one's more strictly a review about the Hot Wheels car pack.
Yep.
So Jason and I both played it the day it came out. Obviously not, the minute it came out because
big downloads.
It was a big download, updates and all that stuff. So there was a lot of finagling. But as soon as we got it going, it genuinely surprised both of us.
Big time.
In a good way.
Yep. From the moment the game opened, or like the expansion opened, I should say.
Yeah.
I was like in shock, genuine shock, because I didn't really know what to expect. I definitely went into this with zero expectations and just kind of like, I think it'll be decent, better than the Legos pack for sure.
And I think that's one of the things that we kind of have to do and it sucks that we have to do that, but we have to go into pretty much everything Forza now with zero expectations.
Because we don't really know what exactly we should be expecting.
Yeah.
I have no idea, right?
First impressions. First of all, the way you get into the expansion pack was really cool.
The whole sequence.
Whole sequence. Yes. The fact that they had that slingshot, that was really cool because it's basically, if you didn't know this, the Horizon Hot Wheels island thing is basically a giant floating thing in the sky. It's like a floating island.
It's like some sort of thing out of Bionicle.
Yeah, pretty much. That's and
I'm down for it. Yeah. I'll be honest. Yeah. I'm very down for it. It makes no sense, but like
it's Hot Wheels. It makes no sense.
It's a ludicrous enough way to justify having a Hot Wheels expansion, in my opinion.
Yes.
So I like it. I'm down for it, and it looks gorgeous too.
It does.
Like that opening sequence, like you were saying. It's just great music choice all the way through. You got that Scott Tyler bit very early on. It was very, very organized, top to bottom, as far as making sense as an opening sort of scene.
Yep.
It was fun, dude. And that car sounds great. And then you see that crazy like fighter pilot sort of arrow thing.
Oh, I know.
Oof. So what is that called? I don't know what it is, but it's like it determines the
roll angle and G-meter and stuff like that.
So you can tell when you're upside down and everything. Because sometimes you really do get disoriented. You're like, I don't know what angle I am because I'm on some zero gravity road thing.
Yeah, and you're twisting around and going upside down. And it was funny because I watched a couple videos before I got the chance to play it, and pretty much every single person that I watched turned that off immediately.
What?
And I don't know why, because
I was trying to honk the horn and shoot people. I'm not even kidding. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, no way this thing has guns. I did. I'm not kidding. Like I sat there just laying on my horn trying to find
target locked.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought we had to do.
Missiles engaged.
But that car sounded incredible. I forget what it's called.
The Bad to the Blade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sounded awesome. 8 gears? Something like that? Crazy.
I think so.
Bananas.
But it's like kind of like a Formula One car in a way, but it was also kind of like a super bike.
Yeah,
it was kind of a mix between the two.
It was just cool, man. So I'm very excited to own that car and to do some upgrades to it because it's just sick. But yeah, the whole opening sequence was A+. I will give it a certified, and we have harsh scores.
We do.
A+.
Yep.
Perfect opening.
So one of the things that we've also noticed is some people, not everyone, because one of the things that the Forza community has been complaining about, including us, is a lack of progression when it comes to basically any sort of story mode. So the Horizon 5 Hot Wheels story mode, surprisingly, has progression and a very nice way of progression.
Yep.
So to the 6 or 7 people that are complaining about this, go home, drive off the bridge.
This ain't for you.
This isn't
for you.
No,
it's you are the problem. You're complaining. It's I can get if people aren't down for the pack contextually. If Hot Wheels ain't your flavor, I get that. Yep. But progressionally, this is exactly what we needed. You start out with some piece of garbage car, and you work your way up.
And by piece of garbage, we mean a B-class Baja Bone Shaker with a supercharged V8. So I'm sorry.
It sounded kind of cammed as well.
It did sound cammed. But if you're the type of person that complains about a cammed, supercharged V8 Baja Hot Wheels car,
I will say it was slow, but
it was slow, but still, it's a cool car.
Yeah,
so
it sounded good too.
You're not starting out with some Volkswagen Fox with a 3-cylinder engine. You're not starting out with an Alfa Brera. You're starting out with a really cool car, and it's a B class. Relax,
It's not a C. That's true.
Not a C.
I wouldn't have been down
for
a C. Yes.
It's not an F class.
You're not, yeah.
If you want to complain about it being a slow car, tell you what, delete your save file for Forza Motorsport 4 and start again.
Yes.
Go ahead. Complain about slow cars.
No, it's one of those things, man. I don't even hear people complaining about it. I tuned that out. I didn't really see that much to begin with. I think this is unanimously a pretty loved pack already. It's been a lot of fun. I think there is some skepticism going into this from us as well. Is this just going to be a remake? And it certainly isn't. I think we can see that there's a lot less incentive to go on land, I think, compared to the other one. The other one was good, though, so I'm not going to compare it too much.
Yeah.
I just think it was done a great way.
One of the things that I like about this one is you can explore pretty much every single area of the 3 islands that are there.
It's like fiery stuff.
Well, there's the volcano, which is like an ice/volcano. So you have fire and ice, which sounds like some
so it's like a Spy
5 Gum
Kids
commercial.
Thing. Yeah.
Spy Kids. And then you have the desert, which is actually really cool.
Very nice.
It's a very nice area to explore. And then you have kind of like the rainforest, tropical district.
Yeah, I like it. It's a
area.
couple different flavors.
One of the things that I realized is you can absolutely send your car off the cliff and go fly, plummeting down.
Yes, I did that too. Yeet yourself off the waterfall.
Yeet yourself off the waterfall.
Yes.
It is. I thought you'd fall off the map, and I did it. It was hilarious.
I did it accidentally. I just thought, I'm just going to
respawn. It's just going to respawn your car.
I think it was looking for a bonus board or something, and it just kept going, and I was like, oh, dear. No, it was... That was funny too, because I stumbled on that. I didn't research anything prior to starting the game. I didn't look into anything. I didn't look through any walkthroughs. I just played it fresh.
Yep.
And no, it's got a lot of good playability, and that's been our complaint. We've been probably the presidents of the We Hate This Game fan club.
Oh, most likely.
For the past 2 games. And it's great. This is how the main game should have been. Give me some progression. Yep. Give me some purpose. Give me an incentive to keep playing the game. Because right now there is. I want some more of these Hot Wheels cars. I want to rip around in races with fast cars on the Hot Wheels maps.
Yep.
I want that. So I'm going to keep playing. It's as simple as that. It's a very straightforward formula, and it seems basic. And frankly, it's because it is. This wasn't a complex issue that needed to be solved. And I'm just really glad that Playground has identified this.
Yep.
And there's clearly enough people complaining where they kind of realize that the playability of the game
has kind of taken a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I found kind of cool, and I don't know if you guys have listened to the previous episodes of this, but do you remember when we were talking about having a way to unlock exclusive cars where you have to complete a task, drive between 2 points in a certain car, or do a certain type of thing? Guess what? That's in the Horizon expansion, or the Hot Wheels expansion. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, where it's almost like it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, you do a certain task where you complete 3 stars in a certain class of car for 2 different kind of speed, because it was speed traps. You had to complete 2 speed traps in an S1 class car on opposite sides of the map within a certain amount of time.
Right.
So it was challenging. You actually had to try to get it done, but you get it done and you get this Subaru car unlocked, or whatever it was, or the Copo Camaro, and now you're like, cool, now I have this car, and I actually had to work to get this unlocked. So
that's all we've been asking for, is give me a reason to unlock stuff. Give me a reason to keep playing. I don't want to keep unlocking championships or not even championships. Just I don't even know what the hell are we doing in the regular game.
I don't know.
I honestly, if you were to ask me, I really don't know. I guess you unlock different showcases and stuff.
But
right?
There's just stories, and you do, as soon as you do all the story missions, or once you get the 3 stars, then you get a car.
That's early.
But that's early in the game.
Early. That's like I would equate that to like the trial. Almost.
Yeah. Seasonal stuff, you do a stunt. Like you do a something PR like stunt,
yeah,
something, and then you get cars and wheel spins, and you know it's bad when you have to sit down and think like, why am I playing the base game? Like, what's the purpose?
Yeah, and we touched on it. It does definitely get old ripping on this game. Yep. So this is very exciting that we've got a positive to talk about.
I'm
because this
stoked.
is a big positive.
I'm so stoked that we, when Jason and I first mentioned, hey, we're going to do a review on this on this
is like an emergency
expansion
show.
It was an emergency show. Like we played this game. What was it, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah,
and we're like, this is good. Like this is really good. I was up until probably 1-2 o'clock in the morning playing this game. And then I was playing it last night, earlier today. Like it's fun. Mm-hmm. I'm nowhere near finished. Yeah. I was spending a lot of the time yesterday just trying to find every single road. One thing I don't like is how it's not a large map, but fast travel's still a thing. Honestly,
there's a lot of height to it. You got to remember, right?
There is.
It's not like a flat map when you're looking at it.
There's a lot of elevation.
Go, it's it's so small, but there's a lot of different height to this map. In multiple different locations. So you have to look at it from a 3D perspective, at least on how much square footage of track you actually have.
Oh yeah.
And I've never felt like it could have been bigger. I've never been like, this is a little condensed. I could have done with more. But no, it's been good, honestly.
Yep. I think with Horizon 3, I remember at one point playing the Hot Wheels map so much that I kind of had the track layout memorized, where if I wanted to get from one point to another, I kind of knew you had a vague kind of direction, like I need to turn right at this, dinosaur or whatever it was.
Right.
Now I have no idea. Like, granted, I've been playing it for what, 2.5 days
still.
But to get from one point to another, there's a lot of different. There's not only a lot of different ways that you can take, but there's a long process to get to specific points in the map. Like it's a very complex map. So, Playground, you did a great job. I'm very excited for this expansion. If this is how good the first expansion is, I'm very curious and excited to know what the next one's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Yeah, I don't know what direction they'll go in. Certainly more of a, this is their fun one. The next one will be like their realistic,
the kind of serious one,
whatever. Yep. But I think this is how I'll kind of recap it. You've got a fantastic intro. I think the new cars that have been added, Diora 2, the whatever blade thing we were talking, unbelievable cars. I really like the whole fighter pilot thing that I tried to shoot people with. I like that. I thought that was a really cool touch. I know people are turning it off. I don't really care. I think it's cool. And I think there's a lot of playability and a lot of reason to stick around with it. I think it's fun. I suspect they might have added a song or two.
It's still so
up for
too.
Debate. I think they might have added some stuff. We're going to look into that a little bit deeper. I've honestly just been so sucked into this. I haven't really paid attention to that, but it has been sweet. The only thing, like honestly...
Okay, do you have any complaints about it?
No.
Or any things that you wish were done?
Not at this time.
Okay.
I think I'll be able to find something. There's no way it's absolutely perfect. The only thing that comes to mind is, will this be a sustainable play? Or how long will it? It's a DLC pack, so eventually you will get bored of it and it will run its course, which is fine.
Yep.
But
how long is that going to last?
Yeah, I think the benchmark here has to be Storm Island, or not Storm Island, the winter one. What was that?
Blizzard Mountain.
Blizzard Mountain. Yeah. That's probably my standard, because it was at the point where I would just stay in that DLC and I wouldn't go back to the mainland.
Yeah.
I would just have my game constantly boot up there, and then that was it for the end of that game. I just stuck there. So I think that's kind of your benchmark on, like, not a perfect DLC, but like as good as it can realistically get for an add-on.
Yeah.
I just wonder how long we'll be able to play this before we start to get bored of it.
And go
what
back to the original map.
Yeah, and like when you are bored of it, how often do you revisit it? That's really all this comes down to. But I think it's already done its job. I think it's already killer. I think everybody's going to enjoy this expansion a lot. If you don't, you don't like fun. There's just like there's no other way around it. If you think there's major flaws with this, you hate fun. This is objectively a very fun pack.
It is, yes.
So
and if again, like we're not saying that if you don't like if the Hot Wheels context isn't for you, like if you don't like it because you're not a Hot Wheels fan, if you don't like it because this isn't your your piece of pie, like if you're more looking forward to what they do next on the realistic side of things, like whatever new island that they release,
I'd say that's fair.
Fine. That's fair. We're not ragging on you for that, but if you don't like it because you're just...
If you think it's bad, that's one thing. You cannot, like, I can't really fault you if contextually this isn't your piece of pie, as you say. But I will not stand for any slander that this is somehow a bad pack. That's just not true. It's exceptional, and I'm really, really hoping that the progression and main characteristics of it, the meat of this, transfers to the next expansion.
Yes.
That's my hope. Because if it does... We're in
the next one's going to be good.
Man.
I mean, I got to say, my character is wearing all Hot Wheels gear right now, and I feel no shame in that.
I feel some shame.
Nope, I feel nothing.
Okay, all right.
If I could find the shoes and the shirt that I'm wearing in the game right now, I would be wearing them in person as much as I could.
Actually, complete side note, we did just put something on Instagram an hour ago, and I think, actually, before we get into it, I'm going to say out of 100, I'm giving this pack a 81.
Ooh,
81.
Yeah. I was going to say 83.
83.
I was going to say 83.
100% is probably unachievable. I would say Blizzard Mountain is probably a 90 even for me.
Yeah.
At its time, right?
Like, at its time, yeah. Peak.
So
peak Blizzard
that's very
Mountain.
good.
Peak Blizzard Mountain.
Yeah, and we'll get back to you on what exactly we could have done different because I don't really know. I'm not too sure how that Hot Wheels pack could have got any better, but I think we got to move on to that thing we just posted on our Instagram.
Yes,
and what it was some sort of pack. We don't really have a lot of details on it yet, but it looks to contain an Xbox Series S, a custom controller, an air freshener, some stickers, a faux front license plate for a car that says like Hot Wheels or Forza or something.
Yep.
And I believe that's it. But good Lord, is it ever sweet looking. And if I can buy it, I'm going to buy it. Oh, it has a Hot Wheels set in it too. It has like a little track builder thing. Very cool. So if I can buy this, take my money. Take it all right now. I'm not going to ask for free. You know what I mean? Actually, I still will. No shame. I will ask them for free. But if they have heard episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, I don't think they'll give us a single thing for free.
I don't think
to be honest with you.
I think they're gonna double. Like they're gonna look at it and be like, the MSRP of this is $600. We're gonna charge $13.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be 7. Realistically, I could see 7. A controller, a play set. I bet you the game's included with it too. A couple of little nonsense things. 7 Canadian, by the way, so it's like probably 5 American.
Yep.
Right? So, I don't know. I'm excited. This is a very good direction that things are going in. We got more limited stuff coming out. We got more, I don't know if you can categorize this as merch, really, but more items that we can buy. A can has just fallen over.
Yeah,
we are outside again.
We are outside. It is a little bit windy, so if you hear the rustle of the trees or the wind noise...
I don't think they would.
I don't know.
We got a pretty good setup going outside. We got some drinks going. It's pretty nice, but no, I think lots to look forward to and Forza stuff. I'm very excited. We're going to be playing this a lot more, but this emergency show was certainly necessary. So 81 and 83 for scores. I might even consider bumping that back up later.
Yep.
We will have a more formal processed review, I think, of everything. Not as in depth, but I think on our next show we'll have a better idea if our ratings were accurate or not. This is still very much in the honeymoon phase, so we'll see, man. We'll see, but I'm
looking forward to where it's going.
Yep.
I have my, I don't want to say I have my hopes up, but I know kind of where I want it to go. So if it continues to follow that direction, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be I'm going to be a happy camper.
I agree, man. I agree. So, well, I think that's it for this week.
Yep.
Or this half week, whatever this
half week,
this
6.5, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We will be back to our oh my goodness.
It's a word. Was it a word? Not really.
No, it wasn't. We will be back to our regular schedule next episode, which is going to be the official episode 7. Yep. This is, again, kind of like a half episode. But next episode, don't worry. We're going to be bringing back Complaint Corner. We're going to be bringing back Fuck That Car.
All your favorites.
All your favorites. So it hasn't gone away. This is just something that we wanted to release in the meantime.
Yep.
Because this is a very, very cool pack.
Yep, and important pack too.
And
it was an important pack. We said it last show. This was an important step for the game. It was really going to determine where they're going, and it looks like they're going in a great spot, which was a little unexpected. So very good. We'll be back. Andrew will be back too, as tomorrow is Andrew's birthday. So happy birthday, Andrew!
Happy birthday
for sure, buddy. We'll see him next week. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll talk a little bit more Forza, a little bit more cars, and have a couple more drinks. So from Aren, from myself, this has been episode 7, sort of.
6.5.
6.5,
I'm still sticking with 6.5.
We'll see, but it's been something. It's been a good time, and thanks for listening, guys.
All right, take care.